This was the group taste test of our Fathead pizza, generic versus name brand. And we have 9 individuals, and we're gonna see which ones they preferred. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm Lee. I'm Boof. And today is number 3 of our frugal experiment, and we're doing something kind of neat. When I was talking with my coworkers about the YouTube videos that we were making about being more frugal, they suggested an alternative to our taste test. You want to tell them about it?
So what we actually did was we reached out to several coworkers and asked them if they would essentially be our guinea pig. If they would come over and try a generic brand Fathead pizza and also a name brand Fathead pizza, obviously without knowing which one's which.
And what we did is we purchased the pizza, including toppings, has 10 ingredients. 6 of these ingredients were ones that we were able to use either a generic versus a name brand version. So we did one pizza entirely out of name brand products, and the second pizza we used Kroger brand, which is our local store here, and then let them try them.
Now we had mixed reviews on the pizza. Everybody liked the pizza, mind you. We had mixed reviews on which ones they liked more.
What was really neat about using the Fathead pizza as a recipe, as our taste testing recipe, was that I rave about this pizza all the time. It has a dedicated page on our blog. We love it. And no one else seemed keen to want to step outside that comfort zone and try it. But somehow telling them to come to our house and do a taste test, they were like, "What? You'll cook? Sure."
And thankfully, I think the reception to it was really overwhelmingly welcoming.
The 2 pizzas have been tested, and what is our general consensus?
I prefer the one on the far side. I think it's got a little more flavor, but I do like both of them. I would eat both.
I like the one closest to me best. I like the crust on it best.
Anybody else have a preference?
Yeah, I like the one that Jill likes, this one over here.
I like the one that Renee likes. I think that it also has more flavor. But I do like them both also. I'd eat either one.
Now, based on what they were, do you feel like there was a big difference between the 2?
No.
Not really.
No,
Yeah.
that one just I think does have more flavor.
I think in the
I
taste
prefer
there
that one,
was,
right.
that one had more flavor than that one. But I mean, they were both good.
I think it was much like our last taste test when we compared the individual items. Once you put all the items together and the recipes there, there's not a huge difference. The biggest difference I think for these 2 was the pizza sauce. Now, what you may be surprised to know is that most of you preferred the generic.
Really?
Wow, we're not bougie.
Yep.
The one on the left.
We're not surprised that Jill didn't.
Wow.
The generic on the right was purchased, and all of the items were Kroger brand.
Now, one thing we did notice in the prep on this, and unfortunately we did not get photos, and I apologize, but when we was prepping this, we actually prepped it the night before. We literally baked the crust, put all the ingredients on top of it, and then refrigerated it overnight. But one of the biggest things we noticed in prepping these was the sauce.
Yeah.
From the generic to the name brand. One was more of a watery texture, I would say, and the other one was more of a thick, chunky type texture.
I do believe that the biggest difference was the sauce and not necessarily the fact that one was name brand versus one generic. It was just your preference in sauce. And that was my biggest takeaway from the entire experiment, was that everybody was like, "Oh, this is great. It really doesn't matter which one you used. It was great." Because I know when we did the taste test earlier this month with you, myself, and Matt, looking at like items in front of you, we had a definite preference for one or the other. But once you really start using these generic ingredients in a recipe, it was really more came down to what you were feeling, not necessarily the quality of the product.
Well, and I think too, using that as a stepping stone, having done both challenges now, with the previous one that we did, and we'll link that in here, with the previous one that we did, it was as much visual as it was taste. So you created a preconceived notion on whether or not you was going to like something better than the other one that was right next to it, based on the way it looked.
Yeah.
In this case with the pizzas, they looked identical.
You really couldn't tell.
You
In-
couldn't tell a difference.
In fact, the only way we could tell a difference is I bake them on a pizza tray with parchment paper, and I had to actually put a mark on the parchment paper so we could tell which ones were which.
We would like to give out a huge shout out to everyone that came today to try out our Fathead pizzas and be our guinea pigs and let us record you and your likes and dislikes. We thank you very, very much for that.
We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed your reactions, and I hope we can do this again soon. Probably not once a month like was suggested.
I think they actually suggested once a week.
Oh, Lord. I don't have that much time to cook. But, guys, let us know how you felt about this frugal experiment that we've done. Would you like to see more videos like this, or were they just meh? Let us know. We're curious.
To all of our subscribers that we have, we are grateful for every single one of you. You guys make us get behind the camera and come up with ideas and create videos, and it's because of you, and it's because you keep coming back to watch, and because you come back and you hit that thumbs up button or you comment on our videos, and you have no idea how much that means to us.
Bear in mind, we will not have a video this coming Wednesday.
But we will have one on Saturday,
Yep.
and we will pick back up with videos thereafter that.
Really?
I can see
I
that.
don't like Frugal brand stuff a lot of times. There you go. Honestly, I do not. I like the simple truth, but I do not like Frugal brand.
I don't like the
favorites.
product. I don't like the product selection.
I don't do that. It's just a plain old Kroger. I've tried it and we
Oh,
don't
so
like
you
it.
get
Now I've done a
out.
taste test.
And you didn't even know. Yeah.
I think that was the best, yeah.
Yep. So all in all, I think it was successful. If anything, we at least were able to sit here, congregate, and talk for an hour and eat pizza. So guys, join us next time. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
What are we having next
That's
week?
what I was.